Hi guys, it's Wendy here from Wendy Wise Beauty. Today I will be doing a video dedicated to the Artelier de Fleurs line of fragrances from Chloé. I have seen this line, in the perfumery, but I have not paid much attention because Chloé, it's the perfumes, I do like them. They are very innocent, and I have bought one or the other odd perfumes over the years. I almost bought what is it called, Nomad. I was on a sniffer, about 2 weeks ago, and there was a special event. They had people from Chloé, and I got talked into trying some of the perfumes from Artelier des Fleurs. There was one perfume, guys, which really intrigued me. I sprayed it, I took my testing swab home, and as the day continued, this perfume would not leave me alone. So I will start with Orchidee de Minuit Night Orchid. This is the standard packaging. All of the perfumes, they do look the same. However, from what I could see, the perfumes I did try, they all have a different nose behind them, and they concentrate on a take on one flower. I do have one which is from Quinton Bish, so some of the other perfumers, the perfumes that I did try, I was not so familiar with, but we will get into this later. Orchidee de Minuit, this one, the nose behind it, it's Mathieu Nadine and Cécile Matron. The classification, it is under Oriental Floral. I do believe this is the latest fragrance, and it was released in 2024. The top, it's orchid, rum and clove. The heart, it's benzoin, styrex and jasmine, and it's laid on a bed of vanilla, patchouli and musk. I'm going to spray this on my skin. I hate doing it on a swab because it is such a beautiful fragrance to waste. Guys, in case you see some wonkiness on my face here and there, I am having a bit of skin problems, so I am keeping it light with the makeup. So I did patch some areas of my face as best as I can. As I stated, Orchidee de Minuit, it did not leave me alone for days after I tried it. I must say, when I first sprayed this on the perfume testing swab and also on my skin, it came off very light, like a skin scent, and I was thinking, okay, another typical Chloé perfume, on to the next one. But some minutes later and throughout the entire day, this perfume, it kept giving and giving. It got deeper, and it became, one of these perfumes where I just could not let it go. The first impressions that you will get when spraying this perfume, as I just stated, is that it is a very simple fragrance, but it is anything but that. In the blink of an eye, it transforms to a very sultry, sexy, and sensual perfume. It has many facets to it. The opening, it is floral, but it has a bit of sweetness, and when first sprayed, the orchid note is quite light. After this very pretty, innocent opening, the spicy notes, they do come out, and the perfume, it starts to gain depth. It starts to get a bit more sultry. When the patchouli and especially the rum, when it starts to enter, you know, the heart of the perfume, it becomes very sexy, very alluring, and this innocent orchid, pretty orchid, it becomes very sexy, a real midnight orchid. The perfume, it changes quite drastically. The vanilla, it is silky soft in here, and it keeps the perfume from getting too busy like Tom Ford Midnight Orchid. This one, it never gets that spicy, that loud. It remains quite decent. The boozy note in here, it is quite controlled, and it works very well with the patchouli, and to deepen, you can say, to darken a bit this orchid note. This is not a very boozy fragrance, but this note, it does add this sexiness in here. The rum accord, it gives the perfume, you know, this certain je ne sais quoi, that it is not an innocent bridal spring perfumes. This can be worn in pretty much any season. Orchidee de Minuit, it is sold as a unisex perfume. When I first tried it, I was thinking this is pushing it a bit. But after the perfume settles, it is still pulling a bit more on the feminine side, but I can see why it is classified as unisex, because the next day when I smell this on my clothes and on my linens, it does come off very unisex. With time, it moves closer to the middle. It is the type of perfume where I think skin chemistry will play a role. Also, another surprising facet of Orchidee de Minuit is that when it is sprayed, it seems like it will be a perfume which wears close to the skin and the longevity will be average. When I wear this, I can smell it the next day, like I said, on my clothes, on my skin, and it does project a lot. It's the orchid perfume I was looking for. I did try the Gucci Flora Orchid. It was nice. It did not do it for me 100%, but this one, it is a winner. It was not love at first sniff. It was pretty, but after having worn this, you know, I have found the perfect orchid perfume. Compared to Tom Ford Midnight Orchid, this one, it's not as busy, it's not so dense. Orchidee de Minuit, it is more on the airy side. Tom Ford Midnight Orchid, it can get cloying by the end of the day, and this one I have no problems. It really opened my eyes, you know, to this whole Artelier des Fleurs line from Chloé. The composition, it is so well executed, and it is a gem, you know, waiting to be discovered. For those of you who have not tried this, I would only say don't judge it based on the testing swab or just the opening of the perfume. Wait for it to unfold, for this sexiness, this boozy note to come in with the patchouli, and it becomes a beautiful fragrance. The next one, it is Artelier de Fleurs, and it is Magnolia Alba. The nose behind the perfume, it's Louise Turner. The notes are simply listed as magnolia. To my nose, it is a very pure and fresh magnolia, which finishes off a bit creamy on the skin. It seems to be a composition made to capture the flower in its purest form. When I smell this, it is almost like you are smelling magnolia petals adorned, you know, with a bit of dew on top of it, and it just opened. What I love about this is that the opening, it is quite fresh, and as the journey continues, it gains the creaminess, you know, the warmth of the magnolia flower. The freshness that I get when I spray it, there are no other notes listed. However, it smells like the freshness is coming maybe from green apple, because there is a bit of greenness in the opening, in the scent, and also maybe a bit of pear. It could be a citrus note, maybe citrus fruit, but it smells to my nose, the way it reacts, more like an apple note. When it settles, it is all magnolia, a creamy magnolia, and I think there is a dose of musk in here. It's a beautiful perfume, a very pure magnolia perfume. This is a spring perfume at its best. When I smell this, I see weddings, I see very fresh and crisp spring colors everywhere, birds singing. It is gorgeous. I did quickly talk to you guys about Gucci Floral Magnolia. I also thought that this one was very pretty, and I was leaning towards picking it up. However, the Gucci Floral Magnolia, it is not as pure as this one. It is a bit more, you can say, magnolia mixed with other florals, whereas this one, it is a magnolia soliflor. Longevity, it is also good, but the projection on this one, I would give it average. It wears a bit close to the skin, you know. It's a perfume that envelops you. I do think people will smell it on you, but it is not something with a super sillage. It is not overtly complex, but a stunning fragrance. The next one up, it is Artelier des Fleurs, and it is called Cedrus. The nose, it is Quentin Bisch. In terms of the perfumer Quentin Bisch, he is someone who is in vogue at the moment. You can say there are some of his creations that I absolutely love them. You know, I find them to be very original, beautiful, a special take on a certain flower, certain note, and others, they leave me, you know, wanting more. I was surprised at the notes in this perfume, because when I first smelled it, I was thinking, this is a citrus, a bit mossy perfume, because it was classified as a woody, spicy, oriental, and first sniff, first spray, for me, this was a citrus perfume. This one has woody notes, vetiver, musk, sandalwood, and cardamom. The opening, it is more citrus fresh than woody, and with progression, the perfume completely changes. It becomes more of a woody perfume with green spices. It is leaning a bit more on the masculine side when it opens. However, as the journey continues, it becomes more unisex. The grassy note, it does dominate a bit the heart of the perfume. This citrus note that I sensed, it goes away, and different woods and spices enter the scent. I adore the opening when it gets to the heart. I am missing something. I am wishing and longing that this sort of citrusy opening was still mixed in with these woody accords, the spices which are in the heart. And I am thinking, this one is a fail. And when the journey continues some more, the finish of the perfume, when it starts getting again into the dry down, then I absolutely love it. And what remains, it is almost like a perfume cream, it feels very luxurious, and it is laced with very beautiful, fragrant, woody notes. The picture I do have in my mind is this perfume goes very well with a sweater. I will come back to Cedrus in the colder months. I want to try this with cold weather to see if I do get something different. It is the type of perfume I want to visit and revisit, play with. I want to see if something different comes out. It is a bit of a complex perfume because the opening is completely different to what I get in the dry down. So this is one to discuss with my perfume friends, you guys, and also the people here that I go sniffing with, to see what we all get from this perfume. If you do have Cedrus, please let me know. Are you loving it? Has it changed on you? Do you wear this in colder weather? It screams winter, fall to me. So I am not finished with it. You can say I am a bit fascinated with Cedrus. So I find the Atelier des Fleurs line series, from Chloé, it offers a lot more than the normal department store perfumes, and I will keep playing with them, getting samples when I am in the Parfumerie, and I will let you guys know definitely if I find any dead out fails or other must-have perfumes for me, like Orchidee de Minuit. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. It does help me with the algorithm. And do not forget to send your questions, comments. It is a lot of fun for me discussing these perfumes in the comment section of the channel. Tschüss!